Welcome to my channel. Think happy, be happy.
Story of Hatimtai Teaching lesson. Hosn Banu often visited the emperor dressed as Marusha. On one such occasion, she saw that there were lots of preparations going on at the palace. All the servants, guards, soldiers and members of the palace were busy decorating the place. Also, special food was being prepared in different varieties and large quantities. A surprised Marusha asked the emperor, "My greetings, Jehapan. What is the occasion? Is there any special celebration?" "Your Highness, welcome my dear son," the emperor said. "I am very happy that you have arrived at an auspicious time. I have invited my spiritual teacher and the great man has agreed to bless me and my palace by his visit." "Oh, so I am lucky today," Marusha said. "I, too, will have the opportunity to take the blessings of your teacher." So Marusha proceeded along with the emperor to welcome his teacher. Marusha was shocked to see that the emperor's teacher was none other than the same old man who had looted his palace and had been responsible for being thrown out of this country. The emperor was treating the old man with great reverence. He was taken to a specially decorated seat and then he was honored with different offerings. As Marusha took part in all the proceedings along with the emperor, a thought crossed his mind. He waited for the right opportunity. Later, when the emperor's spiritual teacher was resting after an elaborate lunch, Marusha spoke to the emperor. "Jehapan," Marusha said, "you, indeed, are very fortunate to gain the blessings of such a divine soul. I would feel very happy if he blesses my palace and my city Shahabad by his holy presence. Do you think I should request him for his divine visit to my place?" "That is an excellent idea," the emperor agreed wholeheartedly. "We shall request him and I am sure he will not refuse." The emperor and Marusha were very happy when the holy old man consented to visit Shahabad. Before leaving the emperor's palace, Marusha requested, "Jehapan, would you kindly arrange for some of your soldiers to accompany the divine man and his disciples? I shall take the best care of my holy guests, but the way to my city passes through jungle and even after reaching Shahabad, my city is still new and I don't wish any inconvenience to your teacher." "Yes, of course. I do understand," emperor immediately said, and ordered a battalion of soldiers to accompany them. Thus they all traveled in comfort to Shahabad. Servants made complete arrangements for the holy man and his followers in a separate palace. Marusha proceeded to his own palace for making preparations for a grand reception and feast for his holy guests. Later, in the evening, Marusha welcomed the old man with great respect. The disciples were taken to separate chambers and were provided with best of the food and things. Then Marusha led the chief in disguise to a grand, decorated room. While walking through the palace, the old man's eyes kept darting to each nook and corner to observe everything. Marusha had expected this and so he had purposely placed many valuables and priceless gems in places where they could be noticed. Once again Hosn Banu in the guise of Marusha gave a grand feast of specially cooked dishes and cool sherbets from various countries to the holy old man. But this time he was aware of the old man noticing everything. After dinner, Marusha walked with the old man to the guest palace. He made sure that they all were comfortable and they had everything that they would need. Then he took their leave. Marusha quickly went to the rest house where arrangements were made for the soldiers to stay. He met the chief of the soldiers and said, "I have gotten information that there is a strong chance of robbery at my palace tonight. This might cause harm to our guests. So be prepared to catch the thieves red-handed." Knowing that Marusha was like a son to the emperor, the chief of soldiers took every precaution and instructed his soldiers to hide all around the palace. Marusha and all his servants were also very alert. They closed the doors but did not lock them. Then they put off all the lights, though they were all awake. As Hosn Banu had expected, at midnight the chief and his fellow robbers quietly entered Hosn Banu's palace. Hurriedly, they gathered all the precious things which were kept close at hand. But before they could pick up their bundles and run away, the emperor's soldiers entered from all the sides and pounced on them. They tied all the thieves and their chief. The next morning Marusha, along with the soldiers and the caught thieves, traveled to the emperor's palace. The news of a big dacoity in Shahabad had already reached the emperor. But when he saw whom his soldiers had captured, the emperor shouted furiously at his general, "Release him at once! How did your Daretu tie up my divine teacher?" But the general said firmly, "Jehapan, we are sorry, but we tied and brought him here because we caught him and his followers just as they were stealing the precious things from Marusha's palace. We did our duty and caught the culprits." The emperor was shocked to hear this. He knew that there was no reason why his soldiers or general would lie. He was angry and sad for having faith on such a cheat person. "Oh, just take them away from my sight. Behead all of them so that in future no one would think of such treachery." After they had been taken away, Marusha described the events of the previous night. "So my innocent Hosn Banu had been telling the truth." The emperor shook his head sadly, and disbelieving her, "I threw her out of my country. How could I do such thing? Now where would I find her?" "Don't be sad, Jehapna," Marusha said, taking off his turban. "Here is your Hosn Banu." Her long black tresses tumbled down around her shoulders. The emperor exclaimed, "Oh, my daughter, how harsh I have been to you." Hosn Banu then took the emperor to her new city and showed him her new city and palace. She told him about her strange dream and all the wealth that she acquired. The emperor was very happy for Hosn Banu.
Please subscribe my channel and encourage me to upload more videos.
Like, comment, share, subscribe and press the bell icon and never miss another update.